Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today in this video we will be developing an 3D model which is available with us, and as you can see here that the dimensions of the objects are clearly given and we have to develop three different views. Okay, so we'll start a new drawing, and firstly we will set our limits and we will specify the lower left corner at 0, 0 and the upper right corner at suppose 200, 200. Okay, so after applying these limits we will apply the limits to our screen and by pressing Z enter, A enter. Okay, the next thing that we will do is we will go to the model views and change it to southeast isometric, and we will start with our drawing. Okay, so as you can see in this drawing that we have got three circles of three different radius. One is radius 11, radius 14 and radius 17. Okay, and as you can see here that firstly we will use the center radius option for creating a circle and we will specify the radius to be 11. Okay, next circle we will use the same option, center radius, track the center point of the previous circle and give the radius as 14. Right, the third circle is produced in the similar fashion and the radius of that circle is 17. Okay, so we have already completed these three circles. Next we will produce another circle of radius 22.5 as you can see here in the diagram. Okay, so we'll use the same option, track the center point of the previous circles and specify the radius as 22.5. Okay, now after tracking the center of the previous circles we will again specify the other radius as 26 and draw another circle. Okay, next thing that we'll have to do is we will have to produce these four circles which are of radius 6 and radius 2.5. Okay, so we will again go back to AutoCAD and firstly we have to track one point where we will be drawing those two circles. Then we will be using the array option and producing the other similar type of circles. So what we are doing here is we are producing an straight line which is passing through the center of these circles and another straight line which will be passing through the center of these circles as well and which is perpendicular to the previous line. Okay, so there you go, we will track the intersection of the outer circle with the line and draw two circles of radius 6 and radius 2.5. Okay, so we will use the center radius option. We will track this point. As you can see here, the radius, first radius is 2.5, the second radius is 6. We will use the polar array option and select these two circles, click on enter and specify the center point of the array which is at the center point as you can see here. So by default you can see that 6 circles are produced. We will change the item to 4. Okay, click on enter and close the array. So as you can see here we have already produced these circles at the convenient positions. Okay, now we will explode the array because this will help you during trimming. Okay, so after exploding this array we will draw other circles which are shown in the diagram. As you can see, we will use the 10 radius option. We will select the first circle, the second circle and specify the radius of the circle as 7. Okay, we will repeat the same for all the conditions. Now after producing all these circles, the next thing that we will do is we will trim the unwanted portions that are not required in the diagram. So we'll use the trim option, tr enter, select all and trim the unwanted portions. Now after trimming all the unwanted parts, the next thing that we can do is we can actually delete these two reference lines that we not require now, and the next thing that we will do is we will select all of these parts and join it. Okay, so now this is a single polyline. As you can see, we will have to convert this into 3D. So as you can see here, for converting this into 3D, the heights are clearly given here. So we'll go back to the calculator and we will calculate the total height. The first one is 3.5. Then after that we have got 5.5. So 3.5 plus 5.5 plus the next height is 3, right? So plus 3. So the total height is 12. So this height is 12. So we will go back and use the press pull option now in order to press pull this particular part to an height of 12. Okay. The next thing is we will again press pull the second part, that is this height is 3.5, this is 5.5, and as you can see this is 3. So 5.5 plus 3.5 is 8.5. Therefore the inner part has to be press pulled at an height of 8.5. Use the press pull option here, select the inward portion of the circle and specify the height as 8.5. The next height is 3, as you can see here clearly. So we will select the outer part, we will select this part, click on that part and we will specify the height as 3. So I hope we have already press pulled this, so we will change the visual styles to realistic. And the next thing that we can do is we can use the union command in order to combine these 3 parts. So we will use the union command here, select these 3 parts and click on enter. There you go, this is a single object now. Next we will move this in order to delete the 2D parts which we don't require now. So we will select the whole and click on delete. So we have already completed the 3D model. The next thing that we will have to do is we'll have to produce an fillet which is of radius 1.5, as you can see here clearly. So we will again go back to our software, use the fillet option, select the first object, so this is the edge, and then we will specify the radius as 1.5. click on enter and click again on enter, and the filleting has been done. So I can orbit it and show you that the filleting has been properly done with a radius of 1.5, right? Now we'll change it to southeast isometric, and we will go to the layout page and first delete the viewport which is available by default. We will right click on this and go to drafting standard setup and change our projection type to third angle projection, and then again we will go to page setup manager and then click on modify, select the printer as DWG to PDF, change the paper size to ISO A4 landscape, that is 297 into 210 millimeter, and we will change this plot style table to monochrome. So everything is correct. We'll click on OK, close. So now this is an A4 size sheet, so we'll go to start again. I have pre-created a template here with the margin and title box, so I will select the whole and click on Ctrl C, and we will go back to the layout page again and click on Ctrl V. So we will place this margin and title box at the convenient position in the paper space, and as you can see here, and we can actually close the template now. The next thing that we will do is we will go to base, select from model space and specify the front view of the object here and the top view accordingly. I have already shown this in the previous videos, and as well as the isometric view. Okay, so this is the front view, top view and the isometric view. As you can see here, we can change this to change the scale to 1:1, which will give you the actual size. Okay, we can use the grip and place our object at a convenient position. Now we can actually create an section by creating the section here. This is the AA section that we are creating, and this is the sectional view that we require as specified in the diagram. And we now don't require the front view of the object, because in the diagram specified we are only given with the sectional view, the top view and the isometric view. Okay, so I will change the visual style of the isometric view to shaded with visible lines, as you can see here, and we can select on this and we can increase the size of this. So I'm keeping it at 2:1. Clicking on the grip, you can off the ortho at any point of time in order to arrange at a convenient position. So these are the three parts that we require. The next thing that we will have to do is we'll have to dimension this object as given in the diagram. So I will go to visualize annotate tab, and we will select the radius option and we will dimension these circles. So this is of radius 14 and this is of radius 11. Now here the fillet is of radius 7, this is 2.5, and again this is of radius 6. Now I'll select the modify option from the page setup manager, from the dimension style, and we will check the options. We will change this to ISO and everything is correct. Other than that, we will close it. We can arrange the dimensions as per our wish at a convenient position. So the dimensioning of the top view is almost done. The next radius that we will dimension is this radius. This is of radius 22.5. We will move to the sectional view and dimension the sectional view as specified in the diagram. So as you can see here, this is an fillet of radius 1.5. So we'll dimension this first. We will dimension the heights as well. So we'll track these points and we will dimension the heights. This is of height 3.5. Again we will select the linear option and we will track this 2 points, and this is of height 3. Again repeat the same for the other heights. The next thing that you can do is you can actually specify the name to the views. So for that we will use the mtext option. Click on enter and specify the first corner and the opposite corner and type to give the name. This is the isometric view. So you can actually justify the same as well. Next we will also label the other views, so we can copy that isometric view that we have written over there. We can copy it to a convenient position below the sectional view as well as the top view, as you can see here. And later on what we can do is we can double click on the same and edit to give the right name. So we will change this from isometric to the top view. Click outside. We'll go to this particular view, which is the sectional view. Double click on it and change this to sectional view. Right, so we are almost done with our drawing. The next is we will go to the plot option, and everything is set because we have previously set it. So we can see the preview of the same. If you are satisfied with the preview, then you can go for the printing, or you can also create the PDF. So I will create the PDF for the time being. So I'll click on OK here, and we can give the name for the same. So I am specifying a particular name to our file. So this is new drawing 2. Click on save. So the PDF is getting prepared for you. There you go. This is the PDF that we have created, and everything is as per we have specified. So thank you for joining. We will meet in the next class.